tonight we'd like to welcome our new weekend weather anchor, Justin Thomas. Welcome, Justin. Any more snow ahead?
Exactly. We do have more snow coming up tonight. In fact, there's snow advisories surrounding the Snake River Plains and all the mountains. It's good news for the people who like winter sports, but coincidentally, the risk of avalanches are quite high tonight. So they're saying if anyone wants to go cross-country skiing or snowmobiling to stay out of the back country, but if you do find yourself in the back country, to keep off the steep slopes and also carry a pack of equipment you can take in case this avalanche does happen. Tonight, to look at the threecast, we're going to expect some cloudy skies, snow mixing with rain after midnight, and the accumulation we can expect here in the valleys is around 1 inch. So we will be expecting some snow tonight. Stephanie and Charles.
Thanks, Justin. And we said goodbye to Rick Anderson last week. Now,
we're sorry to see him go, but we've got a great replacement, Justin Thomas. Welcome.
Well, thank you. I hope I'm a great replacement, but we'll see what happens. For my first night, it looks like Mother Nature is going to make it a little difficult on me because we have quite a bit of snow coming in the mountain ranges, and it's going to continue to snow tomorrow. But of course, the elevation is going to raise also up to about 6,000 tomorrow, but still, you're going to expect about 2 to 4 inches of snow in all the mountains around us. So let's just take a look at the weather, what it was like in your area. Afton had a high of 34, a low of 11. Burley had a high of 45 and a low of 30. Driggs also had a high of 34 and a low of 9. Lava had a high of 35 and a low of 1 with a 0.03% precipitation. Malad had a 38, high and 12 a low. McCammon had a high of 33 and a low of 15. Pinedale had a low of -2 and a high of 24. Rigby had a high of 41. Ryrie had a high of 32 and a low of 13. And St. Anthony had a high of 30 and a low of 17. Stick around on News 3. We'll be right back with the rest of the weather. We have mostly cloudy skies with a temperature of 38. The humidity is at 62%. Winds are coming from the south at 16 miles per hour, and the pressure is falling, and it's 30.08 right now. Idaho Falls, it's overcast currently. The temperature is 34. The humidity is 72%. Southeast at 5, and the pressure is falling at 30.09% also. Let's go to the current almanac. You see right here, today we had a high of 35 in Idaho Falls, a low of 14, and the normal is 36 and 16 for the low, so we're right about normal. The record low or high was at 59, and that was back in 1950, and -14 back in 1964. In Pocatello, today we had a high of 37, and we had a low of 22. The normal is 41 and 22, so we're really right about normal for this time of year. It just seems colder because we've been spoiled the last couple of weeks. The record high was set in 1950 at 62, and in 1960, the low was set at -11. The nation's extremes right now, we go over here, you can see in Hayden, Colorado, we had the low of 20, and in Fort Benning, Georgia, they had a high of, it's 86 if I remember right. And the current temperatures right now, it's 36 in Coeur d'Alene, 48 in Lewiston, 36 in Salmon, 32 in McCall. As you can see, there's a lot of clouds coming through this area right now. It's currently raining a little bit in Boise, and there's a little drizzle right now in Twin Falls, and Twin Falls is currently at 40. Let's take a look at the satellite. You can see there's a lot of precipitation, just clouds covering the Washington, Oregon, most of Nevada, and most of California, and all of Idaho. And so that's all the clouds that we've been getting. If we put that and move that forward, you can see that it just stays that way. Let's move out to the Pacific. You can see this upper level low that's just going to slide clouds up over to our side. So we're just going to have more clouds and more snow for tonight. In fact, let's look around your hometown. You can see in what we're expecting tonight in Idaho Falls, we're expecting 26, we're expecting a 30 in Pocatello, and in Salmon, we're expecting 28, 30 in Chalice, and we're going to get a lot of snow around probably 1 to 2 inches in that area up there, and also down in the south, we're expecting 1 to 2 inches. Also tomorrow, the temperature is going to warm up a little bit. We're expecting mostly rain through the Snake River Plains and snow above 6,000 feet in the mountains above and below the Snake River Plains. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. We can expect on Sunday breezy skies with a high of 46, a low of 31. Monday we can expect mostly cloudy skies with a high of 46, a low of 29. Tuesday we're expecting it to get a little more snow with a high of 49 and a low of 27. Wednesday a high of 44, 27, and Thursday a high of 50 and a low of 25 with mostly cloudy skies for both those days. So it actually doesn't look like it's going to be that bad of a week, but we have to get through this weekend first of all. So.
Right. Probably going to get pretty slushy as the week goes on.
Yeah,
too.
Probably. But what can you expect? It's Eastern Idaho. So.
That's true. Thanks, Justin.
No problem.
Time now to take a first look at our weather.
To find out if we have more snow ahead, we now go on to Justin Thomas. Justin?
You're exactly right. We are expecting more snow tonight in the mountains surrounding the Snake River Plains and also some rain in the Snake River Plains itself. Let's take a look at the 3cast. As you can see, we're expecting increasing clouds, rain after midnight, and that rain should leave the valleys after afternoon time tomorrow. Let's take a look at when the sun will set tonight. We have a 6:14 p.m. in Idaho Falls and 6:17 p.m. in Pocatello. I'll have the rest of the forecast as long as what your work day or what your work week will be like in about 12 minutes. Charles, Stephanie, back to you.
Justin, it was a somewhat nice day out there today, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. We had the wind coming up from the south, which warmed us up considerably for this time of year. In fact, the highs and the lows are both above normal. Let's take a look right now. Afton, the high was 42 with a low of 25. American Falls, a high of 46 with a low of 34. Just a trace precipitation there. Driggs had a high of 50, a low of 27. Hammer had a high of 46 and a low of 29. Lava had a high of 47 and a low of 19 with just a trace precipitation. Lima had a high of 47 and a low of 18. Malad had a high of 46 and a low of 26. And McCammon had a high of 45 and a low of 30. Pinedale had a high of 33 and a low of 20. Rigby had a high of 53 and a low of 31. St. Anthony had a high of 43 and 31. We'll take a look at the forecast right here on News 3 In Touch with Idaho, In Touch with You.
The Northwest Toyota dealers have 26 models under 8.
Winds are from the northwest at 6 miles an hour, and the pressure is steady at 29.77. In Idaho Falls, it's overcast also with a temperature of 41. The humidity is at 70%. The winds are coming from the south at 10 miles an hour, and the pressure is rising at 29.81. Let's take a look here at the Idaho Falls Almanac. As you can see today, we had a high of 51 and a low of 29, which is considerably higher than what the normal is for this time of year. The record high was of 61 was set back in 1980, and the negative 18 back in 1960. In Pocatello, today we had a high of 45, a low of 30. Normal is 42, so you can see we're above normal in Pocatello also today. The record there was a 62 back in 1992 and negative 11 also in 1960. Let's take a look at the nation's extremes. You see down in St. Petersburg, they were warm at 81 degrees, and then Hayden, Colorado, again with the nation's low at negative 11. Currently, in Idaho, Coeur d'Alene has got 36, 46 in Lewiston, and McCall is 34, and it's snowing a little bit, 45 in Boise, 47 in Twin Falls. Sun Valley, 41 degrees, snowing a little bit, and in Island Park, it is currently 37 degrees. In Salmon, it's 43 degrees. Let's take a look at the west satellite. As you can see, last night at 10 o'clock, we had all these clouds coming in off the coast, and just, it really looked like we were going to have a whole bunch of precipitation in the mountains. But as you can see, at 1 o'clock, some of those clouds dissipated. In fact, there's a break in those clouds right there in the Magic Valley along the Idaho-Nevada border. And then you can see just those clouds are working their way out of Idaho, and that's why most of the precipitation we'll get tomorrow should be out of the area by the afternoon. Let's take a look at the Pacific satellite. Last night at 10 o'clock, as you saw, we had that upper-level low that was coming right on the Oregon coast, which is bringing us a nice storm is what it looked like. But then you can see at 1 o'clock today it was breaking up, and then right now you can just see it's working its way out. But as you notice, we have these winds coming, or the clouds coming right up from the south, and that's what's keeping us warm, and we're going to stay warm for the week. Tonight, you can expect 29 in Island Park, 31 in Idaho Falls, 31 in Rexburg, with some rain showers after midnight, and again, those will be mostly gone by tomorrow afternoon. 29 in Malad, 27 in Soda Springs. Here in Twin Falls, or Burley 32, Twin Falls 32 also. Sun Valley 24, Arco 29, and then Salmon 25 and Chalice is 28. And then tomorrow, the highs should be 38 for Salmon, 45 for Chalice, 37 for Sun Valley, 48 for Twin Falls and Burley. And you can see we have some rain that should just be some scattered rain showers, and then also some scattered snow showers there. You can see the showers, the snow and the rain will be more evident in the eastern part of the state, where most of the clouds will be. We'll be expecting 41 in Idaho Falls, 42 in Idaho Falls, 44 in Pocatello, and 41 up in Rexburg. And now we'll take a look what the 5-day forecast will be like. We're expecting 42 degrees for tomorrow. It's like I said, there's going to be some rain, but then that should move out of the state, and it should be partly cloudy. Again, on Tuesday, it'll be mostly cloudy with a high of 46 and a low of 24. Wednesday, partly cloudy with a high of 45, a low of 24. And Thursday, a high of 46 and a low of 27. And on Friday, a high of 51 and a low of 29. And it will also be partly cloudy on Friday. So actually, it's going to be a nice week if you look at it, because we have those winds coming up from the south.
Okay, well, we've been enjoying this warmer weather, and the kids are enjoying the snow still, so it's kind of got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, we do.
Tuesday.
Definitely. But of course, what we want to know is, what is our work week going to look like
Well,
Tuesday?
the work week, it's going to be a little damper on our spirits, because we have some bad weather coming in. It should clear out by Tuesday, but still we have some more weather coming in on Friday. But let's go ahead and take a look at the neighborhood highs and lows. American Falls had a high of 55 and a low of 34. Driggs had a high of 59 and a low of 26. Lava had a high of 60 and a low of 29. Lima had a high of 56 and a low of 32. Malad had a high of 53 and a low of 29. And McCammon had a high of 57 and a low of 30. Pinedale had a high of 44 and a low of 10. St. Anthony had a high of 45 and a low of 20. We'll have the rest of the forecast right here on News 3. In Touch with Idaho, in touch with you. 63%. The winds are calm at 7 miles an hour, and the pressure is rising at 29.57. Idaho Falls right now, overcast skies. We've also had a little bit of rain with a temperature of 42. Humidity at 89%. Southwest winds at 11 miles an hour, and the pressure is rising at 29.58. Let's go ahead and take a look at the almanac. For today, we had a high of 59, which was only 4 off the record at 63, so it was actually a great day with a low of 30. Let's take a look at Pocatello's almanac. Had a high of 58, and a record was 61, so only 3 degrees off there, which was set back in 1950, and we had a low of just freezing at 32 degrees. Let's go ahead and take a look at the nation's extreme. McAllen, Texas, had a high of 88, and then Jackson, Wyoming had the low for the nation at 14. Currently in Idaho, 30 degrees in Island Park, 35 in Sun Valley. We have 42 in Twin Falls, 40 in Boise where it's raining right now, 31 in McCall with some cloudy skies, 36 in Lewiston, and 35 in Coeur d'Alene where they're experiencing overcast skies. Let's go ahead and look at the satellite image. Last night at 10 o'clock, you could see that the system was actually starting to work its way into eastern Idaho. By 2 o'clock today, most of Idaho was covered in clouds except for this spot right there, the Twin Falls Mountain Home area where it had a break. And then right now, at 10 o'clock tonight, you notice that most of the west is pretty much a mess. But we are actually lucky in Idaho because the brunt of the storm is hitting Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada, where they've actually seen 2 inches of rain in Los Angeles. 10 o'clock at the Pacific satellite, you can see we'll have a break, but then we have another storm that'll be coming in our way by Friday. Let's take a look what the temperatures will be tonight. 31 in Salmon, 33 in Chalice, 30 in Sun Valley. Expect 1 to 3 inches in the mountains there. At snow levels at 6,000 feet, and then 1 to 3 inches in Soda Springs, snow levels at 6,000 feet. We're expecting 45 in Rexburg, 46 and 47 in Pocatello tomorrow. And let's go ahead and take a look at the 5-day forecast. 46 on Monday with just a chance of rain. 42 on Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies. Wednesday and Thursday we have partly cloudy skies with a high of 44 and a high of 42. And then Friday looks like a chance of snow with a high of 39. So Looks like the temperatures are going down a bit, but we're still above the average temperature for this time of year, so it's still not that bad.
Well, we'll still take it.
Okay.
Thanks, Justin. Well, if you're a golf fan, you had an exciting treat there today.
Today was great if you like to watch golf.
Yeah, it is. I wish I could say it was as good as last week, especially since it's ISU spring break, and there's a lot of people that were hoping to get out and hit the trails, but it's not going to be the same. Let's go ahead and look at the 5-day forecast. We're expecting some rain showers. Oops, went through it. We were expecting some rain showers on Monday with a high of 46 and partly cloudy skies on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But then on Friday, there's another chance of snow with that system I was showing you that was coming in on the Pacific coast, and the temperature will be around 44 degrees that day also. So, I mean, the temperatures aren't going to be as good, but it'll still be just fine. So,
Not time to put away the coats yet, though.
nope, not time yet.
Okay, thanks,
All right,
Justin.
thanks.
Thank you for joining us.
Have a good evening. See you tomorrow.